Right. Where's the captain? We can't go up, yeah. Go up there. See if we can have a word with the captain about the woman in sick bay.
Hello. What can I do for you?
I was in the sick bay earlier, and I'm pretty sure there's something wrong with this Katharina Jordan person. I can't say I find her particularly likable, but the way she was lying in her sickbed looked so odd.
Don't you worry. Our ship's doctor is an excellent man. He knows what he's doing.
But I don't think that's
That
the
may
doctor.
well be, but he wasn't anywhere to be seen.
Do you really think the doctor would just leave his patient to die? I'm talking to you right now, but I'm still making sure we always stay on course at the same time. Just trust the experts. They know what they're doing.
I can instantly think of about 1,200 examples of the opposite, but I'm not going to be able to convince the captain without concrete proof. Does your doctor wear a wig?
Not that I know of. Why?
He's in a passenger's cabin at the moment, and he's definitely wearing a wig.
Look, I don't want to get personal, but you seem to have experienced a number of strange things here on board. Exchanged suitcases, disappearing handbags, doctors who went overboard.
What are you saying?
I'm not saying anything, but please understand, I've really got enough to do on this ship without taking care of the passengers' entertainment program.
What?
Well,
Now just go and find yourself a nice deck chair and enjoy the journey.
but do I really look like some bored bimbo who just makes all this stuff up in order to grab the limelight? It seems I do. So I need proof. Okay, so I'll get some.
So I'm going to have to do this
I'll let you get back to work.
by
Thank you.
herself. All the way down, I think.
A strange cabin, that wig, and the fight last night. Even if the captain seems to worry about nothing but avoiding imaginary icebergs, if
Right.
I can present him with clear-cut proof that there's something screwy happening here, he will hardly be able to bury his head in the sand anymore. He won't hear me, and I don't think it's a good idea to call attention to myself.
Right. Down here. Oh, he's still here. Let's have a chat. Okay.
Hello, Mr. Lee.
Hello, Miss Kalenkov.
Could I possibly borrow one of your cameras?
I'm
Ah.
sorry, but I never lend them
Oh.
out. Since that time with Gina Turner.
Yeah, I get it. But it would only be very briefly. The Polaroid will do, and it really is very important.
I'm sorry, but if a star should suddenly turn up here for whatever reason, and my other cameras weren't working, and the star left the ship before you returned with the camera,
Don't you think the likelihood of that scenario actually taking place is much lower than the risk of being struck here and now by a coconut?
you would be surprised how many people.
All right, I can see that you can't be convinced with words.
But you're
I'll let you know if I
Afloat.
bump into any stars on the way.
you're afloat.
That would be nice.
Let's leave him. What we got? Still got that magazine. Now we've got bongo drums. That chap still hasn't showed up yet. We've still got this.
If I fold the cover correctly, you can't see the text anymore. Now, you could almost mistake it for a real photo.
Okay.
As if George Rooney would ever board a ship like this. But some people will believe that sugar-free cream cakes won't make them fat, so...
What? I don't know. Talk to him again? Go get that camera.
Hello, Mr.
thing.
Lee.
Hello, Miss
She's
Kalenkov.
asking for a camera, so we need to take it.
Do you know that George Rooney is on board?
Yes, of course. He's sharing a cabin with the Pope.
Don't you believe me?
Of course not. He wouldn't board a ship like this if you paid him for it.
I wouldn't be so sure. Haven't you seen the photo on the wall yet?
Oh.
What photo?
Come with me, I'll show you. Here.
That would be a sensation. That would be too good to be true. But what would he be doing here? No, it can't be.
Perhaps
You
we can
just
get
want
him
to annoy me.
to take the
If
picture
George
for
Rooney
us.
was on board, I would have noticed a long time ago. And you'd hardly be seeing him alone without bodyguards.
Well, to get him
He's
to take a
traveling in
picture.
disguise. Of course. That goes without saying.
And why should he do that? He could buy a much nicer and larger ship anytime.
He still has his doubts, but with a bit of convincing, I could persuade him to take a photo of that false doctor. Then I would have proof that something here
Yeah.
isn't quite
Tell
right.
him where
There's
to
this
go.
new series called Emergency Boat. That's why Mr. Rooney has to spend a week on a small boat disguised as a doctor. It's really the only way he can see what the working day of a ship's doctor is like, so he can play the role perfectly.
Sounds logical, but it seems too good to be true.
Just come with me. I even know which cabin he's in.
I can hardly see anything. Is that really supposed to be George Rooney?
That's what I said. You can take your photo now. It'll make you a star among the professional paparazzi. But I want a copy too.
That doesn't help me at all. There'd be nothing to see on the photo except his back.
He's right there. I'll have to find some way of making sure there's more of him to see.
Bang on the window?
The porter is
Take some
behind
more?
the bar at the moment. I should make the most of the
Ah.
opportunity. What shall we do with a drunken sailor? What shall we do with a drunken sailor? What shall we do with a drunken sailor? Early in the morning.
What?
Put
What
him
the?
in the longboat till he's sober. Put him in the longboat till he's sober. Put him in the longboat till he's sober. Early in the morning.
He's taken off. Let's take that.
Can I borrow that?
You restored peace and quiet to the deck.
Ah,
it's
nice.
the least I can do for you.
Is
Oh,
that
with
a
it, yeah.
yes?
Yes.
Thank you very much.
Anything else? Take some
Thank you. I've gotten all I need for the time being.
more. Right.
One CD is enough.
Okay. Well, we've done that. Put that on that. Right. Come on, let's go down. Get a picture.
Hello, Mr. Lee.
Hello, Miss Kalenkov.
let's go down.
You wouldn't happen to have...
Basically, it's not a problem.
Okay, Okay, now the photo should work fine.
Right.
Really? That would be great. Then come quickly.
Yes.
Yes, it should work now. But he doesn't really look like George Rooney. Are you sure?
Of course, he's disguised himself so that people won't recognize him. Otherwise, he wouldn't be able to prepare for his role peacefully.
Sounds logical. Another one for you. You've earned it.
Nice.
This is for you. You just can't imagine what a favor you've done me. This is one of the greatest days of my life. Thanks a lot.
The pleasure's all mine, and many thanks for the photo.
Now we can go back to the captain. He was up in the deck, the top deck, right? Upper deck, that's it. Oh, I've got hiccups now. Yes.
Hello. What can I do for you?
I can show you a photo.
I've taken a photo of your alleged ship's doctor. Either the guy just likes dressing up, or we're dealing with a swindler here, or perhaps something even worse. Are you convinced now?
Oh my God, you're right. But I don't understand. Could you explain?
I can try, but I'm afraid I don't know much more. The question is, shouldn't we take care of the false doctor first?
Yeah.
He should certainly be able to answer some of our questions.
Good idea.
Plus,
Come with
people
me.
are going to get ill on a
I'm
boat.
curious to hear what he has to
And
say
there's-
for himself.
No real doctor.
So, where is he?
What?
Sick bay?
Okay, let's take a look. Miss Jordan! Oh my God, she's dead!
Oh no.
Do you see the welts on her throat? She was strangled.
Uh-oh.
What do we do now?
I don't know. In any case, you should
her in
inform
the
the police,
fridge.
right?
Yes, good idea. Why did this have to happen on my ship? If this gets out, nobody will want to travel on my ship anymore.
Is that all you can worry about? There's a woman lying here, obviously murdered, and you're worried about business?
You're right. I'm sorry.
Put her in
I
the
don't know what
fridge
came
next to
over
the
me.
cheeses.
It must have been the shock.
All right, but you should really call the police now.
Yes, I will. I'll send out a radio message and make straight for the nearest port. Please wait here and make sure nobody touches anything.
I can do that, but please hurry. I don't feel really at ease next to a corpse.
Right.
Poor Miss Jordan. Who did that to her? And why? What was
What?
that? It
Was that
sounded like
guns?
shots.
Oh no. She's left the sick bay. Uh-oh. Who's arriving on the helicopter? Is that the police or more bad people?
Nobody can escape their fate!
Uh-oh. Damn it.
Thanks, you have. But what?
Later. Now, first we need to... Oh my God! It's all true!
What? There's a big wave. Uh-oh. Oh no. Is the boat upside down? We're going to have an upside down adventure? Oh, it's got a little campsite going.
Phew! That was the last of the gear from the boat. It's pretty warm here. Yes, very warm.
You'll get used to it.
Take off your
Well,
clothes.
I sure didn't expect to
Cool
see
down.
you here, not even in my wildest dreams.
Well, you know, when they asked if I'd like to do a photo documentary on Sam Peters, the famous archaeologist,
How
it
could
didn't take
you
me long to make up my
resist?
mind. It's a small world, huh?
So it is. I think I haven't seen you since our college days. How long ago was that?
Can't be all that long ago. We're both still in our early 20s.
Right. And you still look just as attractive now as you did then.
Thanks.
So, before you get so embarrassed that the ground swallows you up, would you like to rest for a bit? You must be tired after that long journey.
Have a
Asleep
cup
on my
of
feet, to
coffee.
be honest, but there's a couple of things I'd like to know before I hit the hay, or my curiosity will probably keep me awake.
Okay, here's a brief summary. I followed up on some rumors about the existence of an ancient temple. After months of searching, I finally found it.
Wow.
A few weeks ago, my team and I started examining the outside of the temple more closely.
Your team? Where did they all go?
That's a long story.
Keep it short.
I had 5 native assistants and 2 colleagues from the university in Jakarta, but the moment we got here, things started going wrong.
In what way?
There were certain incidents. At first, it was things disappearing, then scaffolding collapsing, and finally, my 2 colleagues just vanished without a trace.
Without a trace? You mean they never came back?
No. Instead, this guy showed up and told my native workers that they were desecrating sacred ground.
Oh,
What
no.
guy?
I don't know.
So
He
she's been
certainly
on her
wasn't dressed
own.
for the jungle. Went about wearing some kind of robe all the time. A really sick individual.
Oh,
So what did he want?
sounds like that
He said that the
bloke on
volcano in the
TV.
west of the island was going to erupt soon, and that only Puritas Cordis could help us escape from all the disasters that are about to strike.
Puritas Cordis, that European sect that keeps predicting the imminent end of the world?
Beats me. I would assume he was just some grave robber trying to get rid of us so he could have the temple's treasures to himself. That volcano hasn't been active in decades.
Looks like his threats got to your workers, though.
Yeah.
No, they didn't run away until the guy came back, ranting about how something terrible would happen very soon unless they left this place at once.
So why
Next
does he want
day,
people
they found
to
a
leave?
dead orangutan in the camp. This animal is sacred to the natives, so they freaked out. I've never seen anyone run so fast and so far.
And you've been here alone ever since?
Yes, I've sent for more people from the mainland, but these things take longer here than they do elsewhere.
So I've noticed. Have you been inside the temple yet?
No, I found the back entrance, but I cannot get the door open. It has a strange inscription. I managed to decipher it, but that didn't get me anywhere. I'll show you tomorrow.
Okay. I think it's time I got some sleep anyway. Oh, just one more thing. What's with the strange totems set up all around the camp? You're not superstitious, are you?
No, don't worry. But the peacock feathers keep the wild animals away.
Really? How so?
They see the big eyes on the feathers and think, wow, if that's the size of its eyes, how big is the whole animal? And then they scoot fast.
Oh, okay. But it doesn't seem to have worked on that monkey over there.
Thank goodness. He's the only one left. Every morning when I walk over to the temple, the little guy runs on ahead and waits for me there. He comes
Aw.
to get me in the evenings, too.
I see your magnetism doesn't work on humans alone.
You'd better get yourself to bed. I'll show you around tomorrow. Maybe your flirting will improve after a good night's sleep.
I'll do my best. Sweet dreams.
Thanks. Same to you.
Sam, no funny business, or I'll bump you off in the spot.
What's going on?
Uh-oh. Oh no, what's happening
Sam?
now?
I'll go back to my patrol then. You should be able to handle this, right?
Sure.
What?
Remember, the girl must not cross our plans. The last couple of test runs were far from perfect. And if the dress rehearsal goes bad as well, we'll be facing one heck of a problem.
I get it. I'm not stupid.
Well, one could argue about that. But I hope you know what is at stake. This UN meeting gives us a unique opportunity. Puritas Cordis cannot pass up this chance.
Bimbo won't escape. I'm watching her like a hawk.
Hello? I am
I'm
not a bimbo! either. What is all this about anyway? Let me out of here now!
We warned you more than once, but you just had to go all heroic on us. You should have done what your workers did. They were smarter than you and cleared out right away.
How dare you talk to me like that? I have a right to know what...
Shut it. One more word and I'll break your jaw.
Ah,
I've gotta go.
nice.
Keep guard here until I come back. And if she gives you trouble, just shut her up for good.
Okay.
Oh, I'm sure he would. Phew. He doesn't seem,
Uh-oh, another fine mess I've gotten myself into.
Doesn't
I have
seem
no idea what they want from me, but they don't
strong
appear
enough
to be the
mentally
most
to do
likable
that.
people I ever associated with. At least that one guy has left. He made an extremely brutal impression. I hope the other one isn't quite as nasty. No idea whether Max is still alive, but somehow I need to draw attention to myself. Maybe somebody out there will notice.
take off your t-shirt. Oh, sweet.
The bowl contains bananas, oranges, and raspberries. The first two are nothing special, but I really wonder how they got their hands on raspberries here. Should I take the orange? Or maybe the banana? A raspberry, perhaps? If I had a drop of sherry, some lemon juice, and a little whipped cream, I could make a fruit salad.
Well, where's your pet monkey?
I think I'll have a banana.
So now we got, another one?
I think I'll have a banana.
Take another one. Perhaps
A
you've got to
raspberry
take one
might
of
be a
each.
good choice.
Right.
I should not remove more than 3 pieces of fruit or someone might notice, and the stupid guard will start asking stupid questions.
Damn it. Got 2 bananas and a raspberry. Ooh. A signal rocket. And a compass. Perhaps.
This slanted wall reminds me of a launch ramp.
We can,
These scary faces are supposed to keep evil spirits away from the temple.
use the
Unfortunately, it didn't quite work for my charming guard. The campfire is expertly built. The guard seems to know all about this kind of stuff. There are 2 things I really cannot stand about this guy. The fact that he keeps me prisoner here and
Yeah.
his fashion sense,
What?
which is terminally Tell me... Hey, you! Will you look at me when I talk to you?
Are you talking to me?
Yes, of course I am talking to you. There is nobody else present, and this cage doesn't provide a whole lot of opportunity for going out, meeting people, and making new friends.
Whoa. Sarcasm is
Good
strong
question.
with you.
A very good question indeed. Whatever is going on here? What do you think you're doing, dragging me from my tent in the middle of the night and locking me up in a cage? Okay, so it's a jungle out here, but that doesn't mean you have to exhibit manners that would make Ivan the Terrible blush.
Huh? What?
What?
You already asked me that a few seconds ago. Do you have a very limited vocabulary? Are you extremely slow on the uptake? Or do you happen to suffer from short-term memory loss?
Huh?
What?
All right. Next question. Is the dim-wittedness of the average guard inversely proportional to the budget for voice artists who synchronize minor characters? I don't assume you can answer that one either.
Huh? What?
Oh, please deliver me from this evil.
Right. What?
So who was that other weirdo? His dress sense was even more outdated than yours. Where did he go? To get some fashion advice?
None of your business.
I beg to disagree. After all, I'm the one locked up here, and there has to be a reason. So I do think that it is my business.
Come on.
Besides, I am going to have to report the 2 of you once I get out of here for kidnapping, hostage-taking, unlawful detention, and exposure to tasteless clothes.
You are not going to report anyone. Trust me.
This wasn't really what I wanted to hear. Are they just planning to let me croak here? That animal back there?
What about it?
Am I right in thinking that the poor creature perished from a long and futile struggle to carry on a reasonable conversation with you?
Huh?
What?
What?
I'll take that as a yes.
Is that a carcass?
The face on the temple wall behind me is almost as scary as your dress sense,
sense,
and nearly as awful as your intellectual style of speech.
Huh?
What?
When see bad face on temple wall, me get bumps of goose.
Huh?
Just shut up. I keep trying not to look at it. But no matter where I go, I feel this thing is always haunting me, always watching. It knows everything I do, my every thought.
It knows what you think? Obviously, it doesn't know a whole lot.
Do not mock the face. It can hear you and will punish you horribly.
What do you think it will do? Make me wear something atrocious?
Just go on like that. You'll see where it gets you. I want to leave here as soon as I can. Get away from here. Far away.
Right. Strange.
I'll try and make it simple for you. Why have I been locked in this cage? What have I supposedly done?
Looks like you were in their way.
In whose way? Yours? Are you with that weird sect, Puritas Cordis?
How do you know?
Right. Now at least I know that Puritas Cordis is behind all this. They have been bothering me for a while, but I still have no idea why.
They want that temple, obviously.
I am temporarily losing the necessary motivation for this conversation, so feel free to go back to staring idly into space.
Yeah? What? Wild berries. Carcass.
No idea what kind of animal this used to be. It must have been lying there for some time. A bush with white berries, but at this distance I cannot tell what kind of berries they are. Somebody must have brought it here, because the bogs of North and South Carolina are its only natural habitat. Unfortunately, a locked bamboo cage and a very unfriendly guard prevent me from reaching it.
Ah!